Crawford down into Tarzan corner. There is the lock-up, though. Can he make it all the way through? There's a spin, and round goes the man who's second in the championship. Off goes Oliver Behrman.
So what's up, guys? We're in Holland, in Zandvoort. It's a bit rainy today. It's Thursday.
Yeah, what's up, guys? We're here, ready for the race weekend. Yeah, I'm super excited. Very nice, well, not very nice weather because
nice weather.
It's raining and cold. But yeah, super excited for the race weekend, and I hope you guys enjoy this YouTube video.
Yeah, let's go drink a coffee at the F2 catering.
Let's do it.
Bora. Came here to the F2 hospitality to get a little coffee. I arrived today at Zandvoort at 6 a.m. I didn't get any sleep on the flight. I came from the States, so it was a red-eye flight. And I'm just trying to stay awake till I get to sleep tonight because I'm like super tired. I'm extreme zombie mode right now. So on to drivers meeting now. They have it every Thursday before the race weekend starts. Talk about the track and different procedures. Every track is different with pit lane, start procedures, safety car lines. There's a lot to go over. Even different pit speed limiters as well. Sunzo wants to go do that. His equipment is ready. Trainer, the legend, Dean, ready also. Enzo has a new helmet this weekend. And I'm gonna go back to Haas to do some work over there. So I'm off to Haas now, but the F2 guys here at Carlin are done for the day. Look how they cover the cars and how the tent stays. Pretty similar to what the F1 guys do. They cover the cars with the car cover basically. And all the equipment's ready and set for tomorrow. First practice and qualifying. So the F2 teams actually stay outside the track. And then every time I have to go see Enzo and then go back to Haas, I gotta walk through this tunnel and go all the way back to the F1 paddock. We did like a 5-10 minute walk from the F2 paddock to the F1 paddock. I'm just arriving in the F1 paddock. That F2 stays outside the track this weekend, and it's a bit of a walk when I go see Enzo. We made it into the paddock. Crazy the differences in team structure of Formula 2 and Formula 1. The amount of people that work in the F1 team is crazy, and everything behind it, the whole structure is insane. Hello, boys. Haas F1 team. Oops. So I didn't get to show you guys, but I was just preparing my laptop with Haas, my driver laptop, just so it's ready for tomorrow for practice, so I can do the work and help the team throughout the practices and then qualifying and then the race on Sunday. Now I'm leaving the track, and I want to show you guys this sidewalk here to leave. There's nobody here today, but you're going to see the difference starting from tomorrow onwards, how many people come to this race. It's crazy, and everybody dressed in orange supporting Max Verstappen. Look how it is now. You'll see the difference from tomorrow onwards. Something really interesting about Amsterdam is they have parking lots for bicycles. Look at that. They use bicycles more than they use cars over here. It's crazy. Crew.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning, guys. It's Friday morning here, and we got Formula 1 practice. We got F2 practice. Enzo's gonna practice here in a couple minutes, and then F2 qualifying later on as well. So I'm gonna go see the guys at Haas, drop my things off, follow Enzo's practice, and then focus on my duties with Haas here for the Formula 1 weekend. Let's go. The mechanics is setting up the tape for the pit stop. It's a pit stop position. The drivers just went out for free practice, and the track's gonna be super dirty and sandy here at Zandvoort. They're gonna come in and do a pit stop practice in a minute. So now it's time for qualifying. The cars just went out. In practice, the track was extremely sandy and dusty. So the track's gonna evolve massively for qualifying, probably 2 seconds quicker than what it was in practice. So let's see what happens. We gotta make a step, we're working on it, and it should be interesting.
Opportunity knocks. It's all on the line after a dramatic session with incident after incident. It's time to set the grid for both races. It's time to sort out who's taking the 2 points for pole.
Racing, you know you've got one lap and we've got a yellow flag in sector 1.
They're allowing the session to run. It's a red flag with 49 seconds to go. It's another red flag with less than a minute on the clock.
Hey guys, so you saw my breakfast this morning and then I did my first debrief with Haas. It's Saturday, it's time for FP3 right now and then qualifying. F1 TV asked me to do some filming, so we came here to turn number 3, which I'm gonna show you guys. It's a pretty cool corner, a lot of banking. And yesterday, unfortunately, Piastri crashed there and Daniel Ricciardo had nowhere to go and ended up crashing into the wall. He had no time to get his hand off the wheel and broke his hand. I actually broke my hand like that in Formula 3. The wheel just ends up snatching your hand and it's super easy to break a bone like that. So very unfortunate for him. But yeah, let's see, it's raining a lot. Enzo's race is after FP3. Fortunately, it was a disaster in qualifying yesterday, many red flags, and they took a risky strategy with using 3 sets of tires in qualifying. They were the only team to do that. And yeah, it ended up biting them pretty hard. So it's going to be a tough weekend for him, but I'm sure he's going to do his best in the races. So that's where we are, turn number 3. Banking. We always love a bit of banking. And as you can see, it's pretty wet. So we finished filming in turn 3. Kevin ended up crashing right in front of me, unfortunately. But it's only practice, so I'm sure they'll get the car ready for qualifying. And it keeps raining, it dries up, and then it rains again. It's crazy weather. And I'm following the F1 guys to film the last corner. So this track in wet conditions is super difficult. It's not forgiving at all. It's a very typical old school classic track, and that's the way I like it. It was unfortunate that Kevin had the crash. I think the tires were a bit cold. He got a little bit sideways in turn 3. He had no room to go and hit the wall, but the old school tracks are like that. In the US, there's a lot of these types of tracks where it's not forgiving at all. Any little mistake and you're gonna feel it. It's gonna bite you. So difficult track. We'll see how the rest of that P3 plays out, and then qualifying later today. And then the F2 race is right after this, so I'll be there with Enzo. So now we're pretty close to the track. So now we're going to the entry of turn 13. Lawson just ended up spinning and luckily didn't hit the wall, but super tough conditions for him to do his debut in F1. Just one practice in the wet and then into qualifying. So pretty crazy. So we finished here now with F1 TV. SP3 is coming to an end. I'm gonna go back to Haas, do my debrief, and then go to the grid to watch Enzo's Formula 2 race. A lot of rain. It's gonna be a super tricky and difficult F2 race in the sprint race. Very wet conditions, super tight track, so if an accident happens, you have to kind of anticipate it in front of you, because there's not much space to really avoid it or go anywhere. Not a very forgiving track, so just gotta stay calm and make the best out of this race. Let's go.
The mirrors is Hadjar, who takes us to green flag racing conditions with the plumes of spray.
And this is bumpy part of the circuit through 4, 5, and 6.
He's here. There's contact with the Campos of Kushmini involved. Wow, look at that. The two Campos cars have come together. Ralph Boschung and Kushmini. So Miney making contact with Crawford.
So the red flag came out. Enzo luckily wasn't involved. Very poor visibility for all the drivers. It was, look at Enzo, they're very difficult. And yeah, they're gonna go back out here real soon, but super tough visibility and conditions for everybody.
On faces, this is the first time, and the red flag is out once again, so it's an interesting call, and the clock is not stopping.
It certainly does. It's a driver favourite for sure, but there's...
And that's it. Such disappointment. The race will not be resumed.
So Enzo's F2 race was canceled due to the rain. Like, the drivers couldn't see anything, so it was the right call to cancel it. And now we're on to F1 qualifying. It's a drying track. It's wet right now, but it's going to be drying, and it's going to be exciting. Let's see. Good morning, guys. It's Sunday. Yesterday in qualifying for Haas wasn't the best. The track was very wet, and Nico was able to pass into Q2. When the track started getting drier, we lost a bit of competitiveness. So we're hoping for a wet race today, because I think the car's pretty good in the wet. Just when it's dry, we're not as competitive. So let's see what happens with the weather. It's pretty damp, the track now. Enzo is gonna race Formula 2 in about 45 minutes. And looks like there's a storm coming. So let's see what happens. And the pace car is doing their installation laps early this morning, making sure it's ready to go for the race. Pretty beautiful car, I must say. And the Haas mechanics haven't arrived yet. None of the mechanics have. There's a curfew, but I can arrive earlier since I'm here watching Enzo. And Nico's car is ready. Kevin's car looks like there's some work to do. Let's see, getting ready for the race. Let's go. So guys, it didn't rain as much as I was expecting. It's just sprinkling, and now we're just seeing if we're gonna go on slicks or wet tires.
By by Crawford down into Tarzan corner. There is the lock-up though. Can he make it all the way through? There's a spin and round goes the man who's second in the championship. Off goes Oliver Behrman.
So safety car is now out.
So Crawford, Hauger, then Maloney. Correa is fourth. Hadjar in fifth. Pourchaire is ahead of Fittipaldi. He is ahead of... Oh, he's off! He's off! Teo Pourchaire on the outlap has gone off, and the championship leader. And he looks up and sees the checkered flag first. From 13th on the grid to first at the flag. Clement Novelak wins for the first time. He can call himself a Formula 2 winner.
Santos race finish, it went from P19 to P7. Was the best they could do today. Honestly, with the track that's very hard to overtake, they did an awesome job. And for the championship, it ended up being a good weekend from the start, where it was terrible. It was a disaster from qualifying. They ended up turning it around and making it a solid weekend, and got some good points. And now they're in the hunt for that top 3 in the championship. Now the F1 race is going to start. It's going to be a dry race. I was hoping for some rain, but it doesn't look that way. And going to go to the grid now, so come with me. On the grid. Just left the grid, and now the race is going to start.
Hey everyone, so the race weekend in Zandvoort is over. We started the weekend. It was a tough start to the weekend. As you guys know, we qualified 19th. Couldn't get a lap in because of the red flags. I was actually on for a really good lap. My teammate Zane was able to close the lap, and I was just crossing the line and red flag, and yeah, couldn't get that lap in. I think it would have put us around 7th or 8th. But yeah, other than that, it was a good weekend. It was a good recovery. Especially in a track like Zandvoort. In the feature race, we started 19th. You know, I said, man, if we can finish in the points this race, that would be amazing, because it's super hard to overtake at this track. And we ended up finishing the race in 7th. It was a great result. Actually, I think we could have finished the race in the top 5. We had some issues in the pit stop and lost quite a bit of time. But yeah, other than that, it was a really good race for us. Good recovery after a difficult Friday. So yeah, we were able to score some good points. Obviously, we want to score a lot more than that, but you know, we've gained a position in the championship. We're now in 6th, 2 rounds to go. So yeah, let's keep pushing. Looking forward to Monza race weekend coming up in the next few days. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Drop a like, leave a comment, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys for the support. See you in the next video.